Cave exploration, or spelunking as it's sometimes called, should be approached with extreme caution. Always use a guide if you're unfamiliar with the cave, and use the right equipment like a helmet, boots, lights, and a suit made of non-rippable material. Tracie and Rob headed to a cave just outside of Gatineau, Quebec, where their guide, Fred, had them suited up properly and knew the cave like the back of his hand.
What are we going to see in here, Fred? We're very excited.
What are we going to see? Well, today, nice big caves, one of the largest caves actually in the Canadian Shield, a lake inside the cave, and quite a large room also in the upper part.
It's fairly easy for anybody to come out and actually take part and enjoy the caves. I see that, you know, you've outfitted us so we can go in and do it, so.
Crawling on rock is usually quite painful when you're not dressed properly.
Well, I've been waiting all week for this. I can't wait to get started. Shall we go?
Let's go then.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, here we are coming out of Lee's Gallery. This is a great tunnel, huh?
Oh, it's a tight fit, but man, is it ever cool.
Nice.
It's amazing in there.
It's a good thing we got our helmets on, too. I hit my head coming out of there.
For sure. You want to be geared up with the adventure. I mean, we're crawling into tight spots, small tunnels, so definitely want to have the helmet and the extra gear.
I noticed some drifts up here landing on Rob's helmet. It's pretty humid in here.
Yeah, it is. It's always between 80 and 100% humidity in the cave. Since there's no sun in here, well, temperature never changes, so humidity is always on the rise, yeah.
Well, let's get you out of there.
I'm ready to crawl
We'll
on.
continue.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right, let's go down this way.
Okay, after you.
Follow me here. This is the musical rock at the cave. Musical, well, there's one simple reason why it's called a musical rock, because it makes quite a special sound. So listen up.
Oh, neat. Almost like a drum.
Almost like a drum, yeah. Actually, it's same principle. When you strike it, it vibrates, and then we can hear it in the caves.
It's like a small underground lake here.
Yeah, this is called the Midnight Lake. Midnight because in here it's always dark. And yeah, it is a 400 feet long tunnel that reaches to the lake outside. So that's why it has like a greenish color. And sometimes we'll even see fish in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, there's lots of water down here. What about in the winter? Like, how do adverse weather conditions hydrologically affect the cave?
Well, of course, during the winter, there is a bit more water, and especially during spring, then water rises, and I've even seen a few times 6 to 8 feet of water in the bottom part of the well. So sometimes we can't even come down here, so we have to stay in the upper level.
Well, should we head back up the way we came unless somebody's willing to hold their breath?
Did you bring your swimsuit?
Let's go up. I'm guessing that's pretty cold.
Now, most people are very careful when constructing their campfire or conducting a controlled burn, for example, but there still is a need to educate, right, Amanda?
Yes, that's right. Each year in Ontario, careless burning by residents or people recreating the forest causes more than 200 forest fires. Now, although most of those forest fires are away from very populated areas, many of them still threaten communities and have burnt down homes and cottages.
And what can the general public do to prevent forest fires?
Well, when you're in the forest, or even when you're cleaning debris on your property, you play an important role in preventing forest fires. You must safely construct your campfire. Consider chopping kindling instead of using brush or grass to burn, and extinguish it properly. Make sure that you douse the fire in water, bury it in sand. Make sure that there's no visible smoke or ambers in the fire.
And there are, of course, laws that we need to follow.
Yes, it's important that you must know the laws for outdoor fires and follow safe practices.
Fred, this is amazing. I mean, after all those little tight spaces I had to crawl through where I didn't even think my helmet would fit, I get to stretch out. This is a huge cavern. Where are we?
This is called the large room. It's actually the longest and widest room in the cave. So this is the largest area. Not the biggest room. We have the 20-meter well, which is actually bigger. But in length and width, this is definitely the largest room.
Any idea, like, roughly how high, how long this would be?
It's about 6 meters, and we have about 25 meters long of a room. So it is a big room, for sure.
Now you said there's bats in here, and I was surprised because it's not winter. They come in here to hibernate, right?
Well, they do come in here during the winter, that's for sure. Sometimes during the summer, a few of them will come in either to cool down, because sometimes it's really warm outside, but also just to sleep. Sometimes either their spot is already taken in the branch in the trees, or they just want to come in the cave because it's closer.
Is there anything for them to eat in here?
No, actually bats eat outside, and they always eat during the evening when the bugs are flying around, so they eat bugs in the air.
Any kind of a threat from the bats while we're in here?
Oh no, nothing to worry about. Bats are harmless, they don't attack, they don't bite,